As we all know, video surveillance cameras can significantly enhance the information content of the security system. They keep order, help control traffic, and protect homes from intruders. However, in addition to this, they also record everything that happens in their field of vision. In this episode, you'll witness the most fascinating moments captured with the help of security cameras. First of all, subscribe to our channel and like this video. When moving backward, he is guided not by reflection in mirrors, but by loud sounds. He did not fully realize that driving with a trailer that looked bigger than the car itself was a bad idea. Indoor ball games never end in a good way. It was lucky for him that the chandelier did not fall on his head. She couldn't cope with this tent on her own, so she spectacularly lost this battle. For a man who makes a living from video cooking lessons, this is a real disaster. As soon as the boxes were loaded, they immediately returned to their original position. Someone is going to have a long day at work today. If the situation is not critical, a close friend will first take it on video and then rush to help. The clumsy dog got into a very dangerous situation. Fortunately, a policeman ran to its aid and pulled it out of the water. You can drive a truck along the road to assess the quality of it. The driver of the black car seemed to know about this, which is why he reacted so quickly. I'm sure that such a self-confident driver never thought that he might lose most of his valuable cargo. It seems that someone is sleeping or completely forgot that they were operating a watercraft. This teenager started a sporting event with a promising throw in the basket. Did he not feel that he had run over not some stone, but something bigger? The abilities of some animals have nothing to do with adaptability to survival. This is a very tense moment, and everything ended in a good way, only thanks to luck. Bangkok residents were warned about the impending hurricane, however, some drivers believe only their eyes.
What a twist! Haven't you expected to see this either, have you?
No matter how hard she tries to look good at work, it's impossible to keep everything under control. The delivery service employee still cannot get used to the fact that he causes interest among dogs. He just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. In this case, he turned out to be in the way of playful dogs. The plan seemed perfect to them until they started to implement it. A hammock is a great idea only when it's securely fixed. Now this teenager will be afraid not only of the dark, but also to enter this room in general. Everyone keeps saying that even in the workplace you can stretch, but no one warns you about what it's like. Then he will say that he runs like a squirrel in a wheel at work. This is partially the case. It seems that the girl plunged into her thoughts and completely forgot what she was doing there. She was very lucky to remain unharmed. Doctors would have laughed if they had learned that the cause of her injuries was chicken feet. This is another confirmation that animals are much smarter than we think. The cat found a way to send a video appeal while asking for dinner. It's a shame that the goal to get home was so close, but she didn't pass the last stage. This video review ended before it even started, but his audience will definitely remember him. He completed his task, but he created a huge issue for his colleague. The fear of other people's dogs is quite justified. I have to say it's extremely rare to see an adult man being afraid of a cat. Finally, he has time to do all the housework. However, given his success, he definitely won't finish it today.
To be honest, I'm speechless after witnessing it. What about you?
Do not take this as a sign that it is better to stay at home. Sometimes it just means it's time to buy a new umbrella. Hopefully, he will be given a new uniform. This one is unlikely to be saved. The owners of the house managed to cheer up the girl. No wonder they say that holidays are a time for good deeds. So far, these children have not yet learned that playing during meals is a bad idea. As they say, when the cat's away, the mice will play, even if this cat is a tiger that has been taken to another enclosure. Perhaps today his hairstyle does not comply with the rules of the company's appearance, so he decided to avoid additional attention to himself. There is a legend about a lone wheel that wanders the roads in search of its owner. While he's thinking about how to break in, why not take a treat?
There are things that are absolutely impossible to believe, and how could this even happen?
Unlike the mother, the father doesn't even have to strain to feel the love of his baby. Most likely, he wanted to demonstrate his sleight of hand, but something went wrong. In such a way, the universe tells him that excessive consumption of sugar and carbonated drinks is harmful to his health. Unlike the owner, the cat was shocked and did not understand what had happened. It's much easier to perceive awkward situations when there are no witnesses around, so there's nobody to mock you. What kind of magic is going on here, or does gravity have no power in this room? Are household chores depressing? So why not start dancing and cheer yourself up? It cost her to fill up her car today a bit more than usual. However, do not worry, the hijacker was quickly detained. Have you noticed how quickly the dog realized that it was guilty? It immediately tried to escape from the scene of the crime. She would like to forget about this incident in the morning, but the surveillance footage will remind her about it for a long time. It is quite possible to transport the refrigerator yourself, but this does not mean that it'll remain intact. Until he finds a worthy opponent, he has to settle for less. There's a reason for doing martial arts for him. This cat did not expect that its actions would lead to catastrophe, which could not be hidden in any way. She wanted to go home, but the treacherous ice was moving her away from the possibility of getting there. On difficult days, just a little thing is enough to feel despair. That is why there is an ambiguous attitude towards the police. It happens that they exceed their powers and are not very careful with other people's property. The working meeting was interrupted for good reason, which will not be easy to get rid of. The dog ran away as soon as it realized that the owner of the car would be very unhappy with what was happening. Loading the tires will take him longer than he expected. Apparently, these glasses are usually not so clean. Otherwise, how can you explain that he crashed into a door in his own house? It is quite difficult to identify the culprits in this accident. Anyway, it's good that no one was hurt.
Before watching similar videos, it would be great to buy some sedative pills. One needs nerves of steel here.
Unfortunately, she does not yet know that all her efforts are in vain. The dog is not in the mood to share the owner's attention with anyone else. His ability to control the umbrella is even better than Thor's with his hammer. When you are going to leave your dog alone for the whole day, you need to be prepared for the fact that it will be against it. There are people who consider it proper to take advantage of every opportunity to steal something, but they forget that they are very easy to figure out. It seems that this car has been dreaming about getting to the car wash for months. The cashier of this store realized at some point that he had no chance to resist a large group of people. However, do not worry, justice found our heroes. He really wanted to go home, but this piece of paper decided that he did not have enough physical activity. It was good that she noticed the strange vibrations under the hood. She had to face such a big surprise. The uncontrollable hose decided to make the car washing process much more interesting than she had expected. It may have worked out to shorten the path, but was it successful? Seemingly reasonable solutions are not always the best one. Often they bring about even more trouble. Parking often causes disabilities for drivers, and he is no exception.
And we're moving on at the speed of light. All the most interesting things are still ahead.
If they continue at the same pace, then the car will definitely want to leave them. The best friendship is one that has been proven over the years, and one in which you share the best and worst moments together. Sometimes nature makes decisions for us, depriving us of the opportunity to realize our plans. For the time being, his method was useful, but it turned out to be a real disaster at the most unexpected moment. We must immediately warn you that the driver remained unharmed, but it was the biggest lesson in his life. It looks like the house has found a way to make a deal with the wind to finally get rid of this grill together. When Monday morning starts like this, you realize that it's going to be a difficult week. That's how you can get a heart attack, especially if you don't know that it's a mannequin. Even during cleaning, you'll need to be cautious, otherwise you will have to clean up the destroyed furniture. Who would have thought that the desire to stretch a little could be so dangerous? She must have dropped something very valuable to be so desperate.
If you want to switch to something else, don't be hurry. Something truly interesting is just about to begin.
He is probably one of those people who prefers cats. Given his fear of dogs, it's not easy for him to work in a delivery service. This unhurried dog does not value not only his own life, but also someone else's time. Let's hope that justice will prevail and the universe will take revenge on the driver of the car. She should be more careful. This is how you can get stuck in someone else's garage. I must say that the girl's reaction is lightning fast. Today, she's become a real heroine. At first, it seemed that this was an unremarkable road junction, but as soon as a hot water pipe burst near it, this place became the epicenter of the events for the whole city. This lady wants to check this glass for strength. The truck driver allowed the pedestrian to cross the road, but paid for the sudden braking. It is not for nothing that they say the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Immersed in the virtual world, you can forget about something very important.
And how do you like such a twist? To be honest, I can't do without your comments here.
In an instant, they created a lot of financial losses as well as a traffic jam. Do not leave pets alone for a long time. The thirst for freedom pushes them to rash actions. I wonder when he'll finally notice that his route turned out to be destructive for the city. It happens that the desire to help turns against you. Panic and surge of adrenaline helped him gain superpowers. The video surveillance system can record not only the offense, but also the process of detaining criminals. So it is possible to analyze whether the police officers exceeded their official powers and acted according to the procedure established by law. With the onset of summer, a trip on public transport becomes a real challenge. Even light clothes do not help to feel comfortable when the air temperature is high outside and the air is incredibly hot inside. It is unlikely that the police want to help him reach his destination. After spending a lot of time cleaning the snow, the last thing you want is to fall into it. It's good that it's not an eagle or a kite, otherwise it was much more difficult to break away from it. Today, they still have to forget about comfort and move to the boring office chair. It was a huge mistake to forget about his mother's instructions. She always told him not to eat on the go. Do you think you had a hard day at work? Let it be his own fault, but he had a critical situation today. We all know that surveillance cameras can sometimes capture personal and even intimate moments. Even when you think you're alone, someone may well be watching you. In addition, surveillance cameras play an important role in crime investigations and ensuring the safety of public places. They record incidents and can serve as important evidence in an investigation, helping law enforcement agencies establish the facts of what happened and identify responsible people. As a result, they had neither the desired selfie nor the phone. Whatever happens around, he prefers to finish what he started first and then deal with everything else. While they were figuring out how the gyro scooter worked, it got too tired of waiting and simply went away. At the competition, she would not have impressed the judges, but the audience would have been delighted.
If you haven't liked this episode yet, now is the best time to do it.
Maybe it's a part of an advertising campaign, albeit a very peculiar one. He doesn't really follow the rules at work. It's no use crying over spilled milk. Even adults can develop certain skills on the playground. If he had watched Home Alone this year, he would have remembered that you should be more careful on icy steps. Next time, he'll think twice before disobeying his mother and playing near the road. Airport ground services are aware of the cost of such an error. It is much higher than their annual premium. Maybe this is his way of calming his nerves before an important presentation.
Get it, buddy. Whoa. Hi-ya.
Don't forget to share the most impressive moment of this episode in the comments below. See you soon.